What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Narik Chase channel. This is your boy Narik Chase, and in this video we are going to be doing another streamlined podcast. Yeah, we are back and we have some really interesting topics to go ahead and go over. We're going to be talking about the new Powerpuff Girls live action TV show that the CW will be pioneering. We're also going to be talking about the new Predator reboot, as well as Donnie Yen joining the cast of John Wick 4. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get right into this bad boy. Now, for those who don't know, the Powerpuff Girls, well, the pilot, script for the pilot just dropped, or got leaked on the internet. I have yet to read it, but I've heard a lot of bad things. I'm quite sure you have too as well. Now, the Powerpuff Girls is hands down one of the best cartoons to ever come out. It's got a lot of great humor, a lot of fun action. It's very entertaining. They've had two other reboots, one that came out a few years ago and another one, anime, and that was a shitty one too. But anyways, so the CW is going to be doing this live action series, and of course, the CW does tend to do their adaptations of certain properties. They've done an adaptation of Riverdale. They've done Arrow, the Green Arrow, the Flash. So you have the Arrowverse. Of course, there's the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. So they've done a lot of interesting things. Did they? No, they didn't. I don't think they did Smallville, but I do think that they did take over it after like the first 3 seasons. But anyways, the CW is not known for adapting book properties very well. So this right here wasn't really a big shock to everybody when they heard that the live action series was going to be developed at the CW. Now, Greg Berlanti would be involved in it, as he has been with, of course, Riverdale and the Arrowverse. And the cast will include Chloe Bennet, Dove Cameron, and Yana Perrault. I don't know how to say this last girl's name. Now, I'm not really familiar with Miss Perrault, and I'm not really familiar with Dove Cameron either. But Chloe Bennet I've seen in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D, and I think she's actually a pretty good actress. Now, what does that say about this live action series? Now, am I totally against it? No. I think it is a good idea to actually have a live action version of the Powerpuff Girls, and that has been something I've been wanting to see. Now, from what we from what this article has right here, the series is going to be set years after the events of the cartoon, so of course they're older. The 3 Powerpuff Girls it says the 3 Powerpuff Girls are now disillusioned. A bad idea. We've seen that in other things too, other properties. I think it's an interesting way to get back into the gist of the characters, because I'm interested to see if it's also going to have a bit of a charmed feel in Powerpuff Girls and possibly Supergirl, but hopefully they won't have any of this whole identity politics, feminism bullshit, even though we all know that the CW is full of that crap at this point. So hopefully they don't mess it up. But more of the article goes to say, and this is on IGN.com, and Blossom. Okay, sorry about that. According to the synopsis at Variety, Blossom holds several advanced degrees, but is suffering from repressed superhero trauma, leading her to live life as an anxious recluse. She hopes to regain her role as a leader in the series. Meanwhile, Bubbles is still the same sparkling character as she was in the past, but is now interested in recapturing her by saving the world. And Buttercup in the series has spent most of her life living anonymously and trying to leave behind her past. I don't think these are actually bad. I think this actually sounds like a really cool and interesting concept, especially for the characters. Now, there isn't really any detail about, they have any significant others, if they're, what their, uh, sexuality is or anything like that. And from what I've heard again with the script thing, that they do go a bit into it, and it doesn't sound like a good idea. So hopefully, again, they can pull back on that and allow us to have these characters also, have that bit of a familiarity to them, while also introducing new aspects to the characters because they are grown. Now, I am interested to see if it's going to be able to capture a bit of the kookiness of like Townsville. Like, will it be called Townsville? Will they change that? The doctor, as well as some of the villains. Again, I'm not opposed to the idea of a live action Powerpuff Girls. And I'm not even really opposed to a live action version where they're adults. I like for them to tell a really engaging story, give us really good insight into these characters as they have developed and grown over the over the years. And also, I want to see if they're going to throw back any references to original events that happened within like the cartoons or something like that. But I'm not really too hard pressed about the situation. I just want them to tell a good story. Hopefully, even though you have, like I am kind of on the fence about them like exploring sexuality and stuff. And again, this is a CW. Look how they butchered other YouTubers are leaning towards the idea that yes, they're going to try to gay, if not one or two of them. Maybe one possibly heterosexual that probably turn gay later, one that's probably a closeted gay, and one that's probably openly gay. And I think that would be a very terrible way to go about it. But again, this is the CW. Yes, and yes, CW. I'm saying it now. You can have a woman that's tomboyish or have masculine traits, but actually like men. So hopefully that isn't an issue, but it would not surprise me, particularly if they say Buttercup is going to be gay. But anyways, I know a lot of people in uproar about this, but I actually don't mind. Now, I will say this: one of the things, the casting is a bit of a problem for me, because you have Chloe Bennet is like part Asian, and then you have this girl that's obviously maybe half black, and then you have a white girl playing these different characters, and I'm like, if they're sisters, and the cartoons they're basically triplets, how the fuck are they all different ethnicities? I do have a problem with the casting a bit. I mean, not that these people can't act or anything, because like I said, I'm familiar with Chloe Bennet and I actually like her, but I'm like, that's not really a good cast. And maybe you can okay, fine, maybe you can say Chloe Bennet is okay, but what about this Perrault chick? How in the hell is they gonna spin what she's? I don't know. I don't know. That was one of the things that did get me about this. But like I said, honestly I am interested to see what they can do with this. I do think they're going to butcher it, but hey, we'll see how it goes. Now let's move on to the. We are going to be talking about a new Predator reboot, and this one is going to be Disney is going to be producing this one. So let's go ahead and get into this. Now, the movie is going to be, I believe, directed by Dan Trachtenberg. Dan Trachtenberg. I don't know who the hell this guy is. He did 10 Cloverfield. I did like that movie. Is it the best movie in the world? No, but I did. It was a pretty decent movie. And it's reportedly cast Amber Midthunder as the lead role. And she is most known for Legion and some show called Roswell, New Mexico. Neither one of those shows I've ever seen before. we'll just go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of this. I don't know this lady's acting, and maybe I have seen the movie or something she's in. I'm not really familiar with it. But anyways, the synopsis that they have on here says a Comanche woman who goes against the gender norms and traditions of her tribe to become a warrior. I guess goes against the predator. Now, this, from what I've seen, happens long before colonization from Europeans. So this is going to be with the Indians and stuff, which honestly I am not mad about. I think it's actually pretty interesting. I've wanted to see, the Predator franchise kind of go back towards the past, especially at the end of the second movie where Danny Glover's character ends up killing the Predator, and then one of the other Predators gives him this gun from like the 1800s or something. So that concept isn't something new. It's actually an idea that was spun back in the day that we've yet to actually see, and I think that the series probably could have done itself a bit of a service had it actually taken that premise with the last one or two movies. Usually I don't like, prequel-esque movies like, but I think this is actually warranted. I mean, if you think about it, Indians versus the Predator, natural hunters and people who have, lived on the land and all of this cool stuff, having to go against an alien hunter. That's actually a really interesting and really cool premise. Now, I do have some problems with it. Of course, a woman who goes against gender norms and traditions of her tribe. Even though, honestly, I did enjoy the movie, there are aspects of the whole, feminism, gender norms thing that I did not like. Now, if you look back towards the original Mulan movie, it wasn't this girl just going against gender norms. She was just trying to protect her father. But I'm hoping that this movie, I'm hoping they decide to kind of go, wipe out the whole gender norms thing and just kind of go with the Mulan aspect of where she doesn't want her, this Predator is sitting here kicking ass and stuff, and then her father is going to go with a tribe or something to go, hunt this Predator, and she decides to go in his stead, or she decides to go instead of him, or maybe sneaks in with a group of hunters to go hunt this Predator. I think it's really a really good idea to do it, but I hope that the whole identity politics and gender norms and all of that bullshit is just need to be thrown out the damn window. I'm good with seeing Pocahontas against, a Predator. I'm not opposed to just. I'm not just saying, I'm not one of those guys that's going to be okay. Arnold Schwarzenegger was this really big, big dude, Adrian Brody was this hardened warrior. Danny Glover's character was this, hard, and because honestly, all the other roles of the lead roles of Predator have been male oriented. Honestly, it does make sense. You have, men are naturally seen as hunters and stuff. Male characters, even though I know some asshole chick is going to be like, well, the animal kingdom. Females are. Oh, look, we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about generally people, and even throughout history. Even if you look at the idea of the whole Indians versus the Predator, you would say that the men would be the hunters. Not to say that there wouldn't be women ones too, but you would generally think the men as the hunters and women as the caregivers. But I listened to another YouTuber say, "How you gonna have this small lady that's the size of a stick going up against the Predator?" Which again, I'm like, that is a point worth taking in consideration. But if done well, it would have to be her having to be smart, having to outsmart the Predator, not her just like, what was it in the first movie? Arnold tried to fight the Predator, got his ass whooped. And then in the second movie, Danny Glover actually fought the Predator. Physically, because they were men, they could do that. So I'm interested to see how they're going to compensate for this woman being the lead. And again, hopefully it's not going to be this whole, female empowerment crap, when it can actually be a really good story of a woman gaining her own ground, fighting a predator. Again, possibly trying to protect the village, possibly trying to protect her family. Or why not have her and like a couple of others decide to go on this journey to fight the predator? Or what if they're hunting or something and she's with them or something like that, and then the predator attacks and then she comes into her own? Then that would make sense. So I'm interested to see where they're going to go with the whole new predator idea. I'm not going to completely just say it is a pretty good idea, so we'll see where they go with that. And lastly on the list, and one more point to go back to with the Predator reboot. Disney is showing out. Disney showing out. So I do hope that we get a bit of gore and a lot of violence. I hope they don't hold back on that. But Disney started to show out, and if Disney can make a good Predator movie, I'm with them on that. Even though I really don't like the damn company. But anyways, going to the third topic of discussion today. Donnie Yen is joining John Wick 4. I actually enjoyed John Wick. I've enjoyed all three movies. I thought they were really good. For those who don't know, Donnie Yen is basically another Jackie Chan / Jet Li. He's really prominent in a lot of films with particularly more martial arts. His best Killzone. I thought he was good in the third Triple X movie, even though the movie was saturated with too many damn characters. I thought he was one of the better ones. He was in Rogue One of the better characters. Of course, he was in Blade 2. He was in It. He's the main lead in the Ip Man series. So Donnie Yen has an extensive, and this is just a few of his movies, but he has an extensive list of films. He was again bringing him up Mulan. He was in a new Mulan movie. So there is that. But I think Donnie Yen being in the film would be excellent, because so far, the John Wick films have featured a lot of great actors. John Louis Grizimo, how do you say that guy's name? Halle Berry. What is the guy that played Blackbeard in the Pirates of the Caribbean? I can't think of. Ian McShane, he's in the films. What was that one guy that played? I can't remember that. He was in the last movie, and I thought he did a really good job as well. The guy that was kind of Common was in one of them. I actually liked his character. I wish his character actually would come back. Ruby Rose, who actually played a decent character, was in. Actually, she played a really good character in the second movie. So yeah, it's had some really good. But it's nice to see Donnie Yen jumping in on something else new like this. I think this will be something that will benefit from him being in the film. Now, what it says right here, Yen will play an old friend of Reeves' super assassin John Wick, who shares his same history and many of the same enemies. So it looks like these two characters are going to be fighting together. Hopefully there'll probably be like a twist where they have to try to kill each other later on. But I forgot Lawrence Fishburne was in these movies. Yeah. That he's going to be in. The martial arts is going to be on point. For those who don't know, John Wick is basically Hitman meets. Trying to think of what's another martial arts thing. I don't know. Hitman meets martial arts. So it's a whole lot of killing, a whole lot of death, and a whole lot of martial arts. But yeah, I do not want to ramble too much longer. I'm just happy to say what I have to say about these subjects. Again, go ahead and wrap things up. Powerpuff Girls, I hope that it has potential to be really good. The pilot and the script so far have been shit, but it does have potential to be really good and really interesting and really entertaining, provided it doesn't have the whole message, woke message behind it. So I am kind of interested to see where they're going to go with that. The Predator reboot has potential too, but as long as they don't stick to the woke factor and actually deliver us a good thrilling story, we got something going. And Donnie Yen joining John Wick 4. I am happy to hear that. So that means there's going to be a whole lot of ass whooping that's going to be said. But guys, in the comment section below, let me know what are your thoughts of these three subjects: new Powerpuff Girls live action TV show, the Predator reboot by Disney, and Donnie Yen joining the John Wick 4 cast. Be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and the notification button to get the best of what we got going on here on the channel. And we'll definitely catch you guys later.